Welcome back to another episode of Factorio Midstrap. This is episode number 6. Today we are going nuclear. I've had the base here building all the things we need for nuclear power. We've also been making some modules, and we're going to go speed up production of our blue circuits, which will speed up production of our modules. And then we're going to go prepare the area for our nuclear expansion. Hooray! Okay, but what I want to do before we head off, because we're going to need some sulfuric acid, and our nuclear area is going to be kind of far from our main area, so I think we will just barrel it and have the robots deliver it. They're going to be slow, but we don't need a lot all at once, all the time. It's not going to be crazy like recursion. So let's just have them make, that should be actually way more than we need. Oh no, those are stacking to 10. Okay, make 200. That should be fine. Whatever. That should be good. Alright, let's go speed up the base. We gotta go speed up our blue circuit production. We gotta zigzag around here. At the end, after I'm sort of out of other things to do, I will add some concrete and stuff, and it'll look like a paved little city here with little roads. Blue circuits. So, just looking at the belt, I think we should upgrade the green circuits. And the first belt getting to the ones that we improved is this one all the way on the left. Alright, so let's place these beacons down the middle then. And we'll give them some sped modules. Zip, zip, zip. And then we upgrade... It was the far left one, right? Upgrade all these to assembly machine Mark III. Later on, we can do this with an upgrade planer. Upgrade all the machines to Mark IIIs. The reason I haven't is because of the power concern, which we are about to address with some nuclear dilly-doos. Alright, so you want productivity. Let's just do that much. Oh, that's all I had. That was everything. All 16. Okay, how's that doing? Yeah, that is a significant change already. Okay, so I've only increased... That's less than a third. It's like 20... Not even 25%. It's like 20%. Yeah, something like that. But that is helping. And I don't know that I need to put any more speed modules in. I have more of those. And we do have more beacons. I suppose what we could do is speed up production. Do the red circuits need speed up? No. What we could do is we could speed up these guys, though, on the other side. Even if they don't have productivity modules. We'll go and just do all this. Because the blue circuit production is the big deal right now. Oh, yes. That should help. And we're going to take care of our power concerns right about now. Or at least we're going to work on it. The laser, if we get attacked more and more, the lasers could actually start to crash our belts. We got to keep an eye on that. But we're keeping an eye on it, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Let's drive down here. And around there. And down through here. To where I've decided to put the nuclear stuff because of the proximity to the water more than anything else. And there is proximity to uranium. Okay. Drive. We are going to put our nuclear build, and I have to... Did I bring the landfill? Yeah, I did bring landfill. We're going to put it basically right here. Next to... Connect right up to this guy. Here is the blueprint, and it comes in 4 phases, because these things are super expensive to make. So we're going to start off with 4 reactors, and the appropriate amount of turbines and boilers, or they're not called boilers, what are they called? Heat exchangers? Yeah, heat exchangers. And all of the tanks and all the trains and all that kind of stuff. Takes up a lot of space. So let's just do a little eyeball test there. So we need to fill in that little bit right there with some landfill. And we will also need to... I'm going to put probably a diagonal wall right there. Problem with diagonal walls is that trains... Or not trains, but the gates... They don't fit diagonally, so I'll have to think about that. But we're going to have some kind of extension of our perimeter diagonally right there. And then we're going to cut this off. And I don't know, we might just do this whole, like, big thing. Something like that. But first, landfill. increase the size. And it needs to be something like that. Alright, is that good enough? And my personal roboport is off. I want the robots doing this. I'll have to connect up to the system. Yeah, that seems good. What's in the way? Tree. Alright, go ahead and place. Let's eyeball the signals here. Okay, so we will just get rid of that signal and just extend the chain. And that should be fine. And then we have to make sure that they can actually reach the first of the roboports. Looks like the closest one is right there. Alright, oh, maybe right here. And right here. Yeah, it's not that far, actually. I don't have any roboports on me. Let me pick up this one, because this is going to actually disconnect our system, but I want to see if these are going to auto-connect. Oh, look at that. They will. Okay, I don't have to do a damn thing. The robots can take care of it. As long as I put the actual network back together. There we go. Alright, so they can take care of that. And we also have to think about our water outpost. It'll take them a while to show up for that. How's our pollution doing? Oh, we are getting attacked sporadically, and it's happening... It's hard to see where from there. Oh, and it doesn't zoom in automatically. Was it right here? I guess we can find the bodies, right? Right here. Oh. And they were to the left. I think they might be coming in from somewhere over here. Alright, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Where's my car? It is above me. Oh, it's in this. Let's get it out of there. Okay, so next thing to do is we need to set up this big water outpost guy. And let me cycle through to him. Boop, beep, boop, da, ba, ba, ding, ba, dang. There it is. Okay, so the closer this is to the nuclear layout, the better. And when this thing is under full capacity, and if you're far away from water, you might even want to add more trains, increase the size of the stacker. Not exactly sure. I've only built it a couple times, and it's always been close to the water. Okay, so that's not quite gonna fit. That does look like it's gonna fit. I think like that. Okay, so right about here, we need to extend the landfill. Alright, so if I turn on my RoboPort, the robots should place the remainder of the landfill, which is a bit more fiddly. Can't build on water. There they go. If you shift-click it, they will build the landfill for you. As long as you include the tiles in the blueprint, and we'll have to place it a few times to get them to do that. Wow, they are so slow right now. They'll get better. We'll be able to start researching some better robot speed. This is way better than doing it by hand, though. So much better. And this is really fiddly. My recommendation, if you have to do this kind of thing by hand, you don't have robots that are more precise, save the game frequently. And if you screw up, load the game. That's how you fix those mistakes. You erase them from history. Oh, I gotta restamp it. Okay. I haven't saved super recently. It was like 10 or 12 minutes ago. It'll take a few waves to get them all the way out there, and my coverage area is only this, that green box. So we gotta wait till I can actually walk out here. And I should have enough landfill on me. Oh, no, I don't. They already took it all. There should be a little bit more in the car. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I made a quick little layout here for a diagonal wall. I don't have any blueprints for that because I just tried to keep the blueprint book streamlined as possible. It already has quite a few blueprints already, so this is an instance where I prefer to use diagonal ones, so I just made one on the spot. There we go. Oh man, it's so much nicer having the robots. Holy cow. Is that all going to get powered? I think, yeah, that should be good. We need to give them RoboPorts. I'm going to keep this network. We could have one big network, but I think we'll keep, because this is just a short length of wall, it's going to have its own robots network. We just need to make sure that they connect to each other. That, and all the... We need the dark... No, we need the construction robots repair things. But we'll just do 3 roboports should be fine. Like that. And then we'll give them some robots, don't need many. And we'll give them some repair packs. And then we need to make sure they actually have the power. Bam. Oh, and also a radar. So I can see down here from a distance. And the minimap up here says that that should be good. Oh yeah, I brought more landfill. Is this enough? What's my little cursor say? It doesn't say how much is missing there. Okay, I guess that doesn't count. That looks like it's gonna do. All right, where's my blueprint? I still had it, so that's not the right book. I guess we can wait for them to finish. That seems like that's done. All right. Okay, robots, place the rest. They should already have power. Does this blueprint have a radar built in? I know it did at one point. Oh, it doesn't now. Okay, I guess that got changed at some point. We definitely want a radar here, so let's just put one. And these are all set to nuclear water pickup. Okay, so they're not on the same network at the moment. Let me turn off the power lines. At the moment, I've got this network of rail out the south. And this network at the north, they don't need to interact for any reason. And then there's also this line, which is independent as well. But this is pretty much good to go. That's good to go. Oh, wait, hang on. I ran out of rail. No, we're not good to go. Never mind. Do I have rail in the car? I definitely do. All right, robots. We missing anything else? Just look at my inventory. Anything else gray? I think the only thing we were missing was the rail. Okay, now it's done, I think. All right, robots, get inside me. We've got things to do. Yeah, they are definitely running in from the left. So what I think we're going to do, we are going to want... You see all these ore patches here? I'm going to want to take these. So what I might do is just make a vertical wall right here to cut all those guys off. And if they're coming in from the left, they have to run around the water. They're going to hit this wall down here. They'll hit that wall. If they're coming in from the north, I'll worry about that later, I guess. And since I want those ore patches, yeah, let's drive past these, and we'll put this next section a little bit over here, right past that iron and right up to that guy up there. All right, we have some walls. There's a big perimeter wall here on the left side of our territory. We've got this bottleneck guy right there, and I added one on the bottom right corner. So our nuclear area should be protected for the time being, and I can finish these later. I want to get our nuclear area up and running because it's going to take a while to process all of the uranium into enough of the bright green, the lime green, into 235 so that we can produce fuel cells efficiently enough. The blueprint has these little symbols here to show where to input your train fuel. You can use whatever you want, pretty much. We also need iron plates and sulfuric acid coming in there. But because of the positioning, just, based on variables of, random map design, our nuclear power is at the bottom left, pretty far from our actual base where we're making a lot of stuff. And so I'm just going to reverse the fuel line for the train fuel, and I've added this part here, and we're going to take some of this solid fuel, which was the closest fuel source that I had available, and we're going to take it from these steam engines, which I hope should be okay, and we're about to replace this power anyway. So we're just going to grab some splitters and do something like that. Bop, bop. Skabloosh. All right, so that's going to go down there. Down there, all the way down here to the point where I need to start reversing the belt, I think right about there. There we go. Oh yeah, we needed those. This is kind of important because it's going to take so long to process and get our 235. That this little area is the other temporary area for the base other than the gear wheels up here. When I first introduced these or showed them, I mentioned there was one other area with a little temporary spot that you would eventually get rid of, and it's this, so that you can process enough 235 to get your Covarex going, and we'll go over that once we get to it. Okay, so that takes care of that. Next, we're going to need some iron plates. We're going to use logistics for that. So we will set up a requester chest for iron plates and just request 200. Should be fine. And then we're also going to need... I think we're going to use a tank for this because it's going to be coming in from quite a distance. And that's got to fill 2 of these guys, right? And these guys, storage volume 25k, 25k, storage volume... I forget. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. All right, so we'll have 2, I suppose. And then we'll have some kind of unbarreling kind of idea. We're going to unbarrel. I suppose we want a pump, huh? So probably something like that with a pump. We're going to bring in, we're going to request sulfuric barrels. We're going to unbarrel them. So fast inserters should be fine. We want to request them. We haven't started making any yet, so there are not any. Sulfuric acid is the yellow one. And let's just say request 100. Should be good. Okay, and then we want to make sure that we're always getting rid of the empty barrels. If the system gets crammed up with empty barrels, then it'll stop unbarreling the sulfuric acid, and we don't want that. So we're going to active provider these, and we're going to provide a storage chest nearby and set that to only store the empty barrels. So it'll at least be nearby. So when this needs to get emptied out, a robot can just show up and go bup and get rid of them. There we go. That part's ready. Oh, that part's ready. And our fuel is here. All right, so let's send these trains off to get some water going. They need to go off to nuclear water pickup. I think that's fine, right? No path. Oh, what do you mean no path? Oh, that's why. Right, okay. Forgot about that part. I have the rails on me. Robots! Assistance, please. Oh, I don't have these... I don't think I have those cargo wagons. Okay, we'll have to wait before I enable those. One thing I could do is just add an additional... Yeah, oh, let's do that. Okay, the robots can take care of that part. I can turn on the rest of the trains. We will need to jumpstart these guys and give them some fuel. There we go. And you, robots, can you catch me? Catch me if you can. All right, now you can go. All right, and they're running down here. They're picking up water, and it gets filled super fast with all these pumps. Watch it go. Bam. Few seconds. It's like 10 seconds or something to fill up one train. Oh, I think I have discovered a problem with the blueprint. This wagon right here was not connected to the back of that train. So I'm going to have to reconnect it when it comes back through. I got to make a note that I wonder if this just sometimes happens, or if there was a problem when I placed it originally, because I have tested this blueprint, and it has worked previously, with the trains included. Alright, so turns out the blueprint had a few errors with the way the trains were placed, but I fixed them. They weren't too big of a deal. Now we need to make sure that these guys are getting delivered, so that we can start mining up our uranium. We need the barreling of our sulfuric acid, and we need the iron delivered via robots. Let me mouse over a roboboard here. We have some logistics robots in the system. We don't need that many. We just need to find a line with some iron. And I guess the closer the better, and it really doesn't need to be very much at all, so it could even be one of these guys. Like, right? Although I would like it to be a line that's unlikely to be empty, so perhaps we should do it up here. Up here somewheres. Maybe this main line. This line right here is probably always going to have power, and this is where our sulfuric is getting made, so this is a good place to put it, because we'll have our barreling at the same spot, so if there's a problem, they're both in the same spot, and I will be able to remember where they are a little bit easier. I guess we don't really need a pump for the sulfuric acid barreling. The Fill sulfuric acid barrel, and I did the other one to say unbarrel, right? Yeah, unbarrel. Okay. So this one barrel, turn around that way. And then we just need a few inserters. That's going to be... Okay. All right. Just add a little extra. Oh, that's still not enough. What about like that? There we go. So we need you to go to a passive provider. And we need a requester chest. So we're going to request some barrels. There we are. Just put like 100 in there. There we go. And then you're going to passive provide that amount. Should be good. Just waiting on the barrel. And then we need the iron. So we are going to do a similar thing. A passive provider chest. Let's see. Where do we have power? Right here. That's awkward. Okay, I'll just put an extra power pole. No big deal. Power pole. I'll put it right next to it so that it's easy to... That's backwards, but... Doesn't matter. Passive provider chest. Doesn't need much space. There we go. And that's the iron. And already they are headed... What are you doing? You've got to charge up. Too far to go. Haven't been working on your cardio, robots. You've been lazy. I haven't been using you. And here they come. We should have our first sulfuric acid being delivered and put onto the train. I'm going to wait a while until we have a decent amount, and then we'll send the first train off. And it's going to take a few cycles to get some uranium ore back, just the way the uranium mining works. We've got to take the sulfuric acid out, and it's required to mine up the individual pieces. So we have a little bit of a more complicated schedule here. We're going to go pick it up, and I'm just going to wait for 60 seconds. And then we've got the drop-off point where we're going to wait until the wagon is empty of uranium ore, but we also have an and condition here to wait at least 30 seconds, and that's to make sure that the train stops long enough to pick up fuel for the locomotive, as well as more sulfuric acid. The first few times it goes around, it's not going to have any uranium ore, so if I didn't have this and condition, it would just blow right by the stop without stopping. It would go by the stop without stopping, and it wouldn't pick up any fuel for itself, and it wouldn't pick up any sulfuric acid. So not only would we not be mining up the uranium, the train would run out of fuel and just end up stopped somewhere in the random middle of nowhere. Okay, how we doing? How much is there? 1.9K. That's probably enough, right? Yeah, let's go. Get going. What about you? Get going. Yeah, see, he's going to, or he would ordinarily just blow right by, but his schedule says to go out to the uranium patch first. So now we just have to wait a while for a decent amount here to get filled up. Alright, so this is really weird. The uranium train decided to try to go up through here and to loop back around to go off to the left, and this guy's about to stop because of the one in front of him is in the way. The only reason I can think of he would do that is if there's some piece of rail missing that he can't just go straight through. That's really strange. And he would only think he can actually go around that way. You can see the loop. Why would you not try to go through here? Is there a piece of... I don't see a piece of rail. Maybe it's right under there. Let's check. We gotta turn you both to manual. I gotta back this train up to make space for that one. They both have ore in them, so that's good. Alright, you stop there. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why he would do that. That's really strange. Alright, you back up. Unless there shouldn't be any confusion with the naming of the train stops. Alright, so if I do this, it's not placing any belts, so it's not like there's a gap there. Why would you not want to go straight through? Okay, let's see. Uranium drop-off would be your next condition, and now you're going straight through. I have no idea why he did that. It might have been because this rail wasn't finished when he was constructed. I don't understand. It's very strange. It's very strange. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully that's just a blueprint setup little glitch. And please go straight through. Okay, thank goodness. All right, so here we go with our uranium processing. We've got to process our ore into 238 and 235. The 235 has a very low % chance to get mined, and so we have to wait pretty much in order to make this worthwhile. We have to wait until we have enough to start up our Kovarex enrichment process, which takes 40 uranium 235 and creates one additional one by converting some 238. You know what? The numbers, they're too confusing. I'm going to say light green, dark green. We need to take a certain amount of light green to create more light green out of dark green. But we need a lot of the light green first. And the light green takes a long time to get because of the percentages, and that's why these guys are here to speed up the process. Once everything is set up, you only need this amount of machines to run all of this, which is going to be 16 different reactors. But we have to wait a while, and so along the way, we're going to end up with just a ton of extra 238, and we might turn that into ammo, actually. Might do that. Or you can just reprocess it by, in the end, I guess I don't have any filter inserters, but after you have enough and this process is up and running, you can put it back on the belt. That's what this belt is, a little return belt for the 238. You can put it back on the belt, and it'll eventually reprocess into the light green. And just do whatever you want with it, but you need a buffer chest because we have to scoop up a lot of it. And we are putting them on different belts. Should I explain the layout a little bit? We want to make sure that it never backs itself up, so we are putting the light green on one side of the belt and the dark green on the other side of the belt. Are these trains going? I want to watch this guy when he leaves this time. Hopefully that was just some weird glitch because I set up the trains with a blueprint and the rails weren't connected and they had the prearranged schedule, and so it tried to like force the route however it could manage. He should take off. He only sits here for a minute. Over time, as you get more and more mining productivity, you may find that you pick up so much uranium and you run out of sulfuric acid. So you have to keep an eye on how much you're actually picking up. These trains are, I can't show you because there's not one right here. But they are limited in how much, I can't click on the individual guy. But they are limited in how much they can pick up. And over time you'll have to limit it more as you get more and more productivity. Or maybe it's the other way around. I forget. Alright, please go straight through. Yes, okay. So I think that was some kind of weird glitch, because the lines were disconnected, but he had the schedule, and then, I don't know. I don't know, but it's working now. We're putting the dark green on one side of the belt, and the light green goes on the other side of the other belt, and they're running down this way. And they get basically combined and routed around in a circle in such a manner that the system never backs up, and it always prioritizes the ore from the most important thing first. So once we get the fuel cells going around the circle, the spent ones are going to go down this other belt, and they're going to end up here to get reprocessed. So we always want those getting reprocessed. If this gets backed up with unreprocessed fuel cells, the whole system will break down because they'll stop inputting the fresh fuel cells. And so that guy needs to be at the end of the line. Once we get rid of these temporary dudes, he'll be at the end of the line, and he will get first priority in outputting the dark green. And then these guys will only come online when that guy is done. And they will also only come online when this thing runs out of stuff to reprocess. And I've tested it, and it works great. It never jams up. And we also have a little buffer chest right here for the bright green in the long run if you want to scoop some of that. If you have a large excess, you can scoop some to make nuclear missiles or whatever. If we really want to make nuclear missiles, though, we are going to need a bigger area than this to process the stuff. We'll have to make a dedicated Kovarex area for making nuclear missile 230, the light greens. Well, I went away for a little while to work on our perimeter, and I come back, and we are doing some Kovarex right here. 40 of them about to get turned into 41. This used to be a little bit faster. I think you would go from like 38 to 41, but you could not use productivity. Now you can use productivity. There they go. They're all getting scooped back up to get recycled right back into the Kovarex. And we will only be able to make fuel cells when this thing is overflowing. That's by design. I could speed this up. We could either get rid of this and wait for the Kovarex to loop around another time. But I think we're going to end up turning this into ammo anyway. And there's so much uranium on the map. Like this one patch right here has 23 million uranium. We're not worried about uranium ever. So I think what I'm going to do is just create an additional chest here, so that these guys keep operating and we have more chances to get the 235, the bright green, the lime green, instead of the dark green. Alright, well, I went away for a little while, went AFK, had some food, come back, and Kovarex is up and running. If we zoom in... Oh, we're getting attacked over here. Yeah, okay, seems fine. If we zoom in here, we have fuel cells, we have our reactors online, the pipes are heating up, transitioning the heat to steam, and we should have power, right? Yeah, we do. All right, awesome, we have power. We can officially shut down this little extra speedy area. Let me turn on my personal robot port before I do that, because we are in range of the other robots. And pick up all this, pick up all that. Do we need this? I don't think I need that. That was just to power this thing. And that unpowers this, which is powering our little bottleneck protection there. That little string of islands. Let's just make sure it stays plugged in for now. Do I need this? This is nothing either. Well, except for this light bulb. So we have all this extra uranium-238, and I think I'll just turn that into ammo at a certain point, so I'm not going to filter it back into the system. You could if you want. You could filter it back in there. It'll eventually get converted into the light green. We can get rid of that inserter. This return belt, I decided I'm not going to use. And the ore, delete this much, delete the beacon, and take this ore and plug it into these guys. So that's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need to run all of this. All of these reactors that we're about to add. I have some extra ammos, or it's not ammo, but extra uranium. And I think we're ready for the fun part. I've researched a few levels of robot speed while we were doing that. You can tell that the robots are flying much faster. If we look in the blueprint book, there's 4 different versions of this reactor blueprint, so that because it takes so many materials to build this thing, all these different machines take materials, and it can take a long time to craft everything you need. It comes in stages. Maybe that's unnecessary. It took so long to get Kovarex up and running. But you could, if you want, overlay this in stages, go from 4 reactors to 8, to 12, to 16. We're going to skip right to 16. But I definitely don't want the robots putting trains back down, so I am going to delete those from the blueprint. And I'm looking for the fluid wagons. Here they are. They kind of look funny. Fluid wagon. All right, let's save that and then look at it again. And I don't want any of that. Okay, so let's just delete beacons from this particular one. Okay, let's look at it again. We still have all this stuff down here. I think I would just... Oh, you know what? It's going to... No, it won't overwrite any of the belts that I reversed. I don't think it's going to screw anything up. All right, here we go. Beep, 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 beep. Let me find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is it? 3, 4. Okay. All right, please don't screw anything up. And then... Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do that. Bad doggy. Bad. Stop it. Pick all this back up. It's okay. It's okay. No big deal. I just did it. I can do it again. And then we don't want that. We don't want that. I can use robots. Pick up some ore and put it back. And then we can wait for the robots to deliver all the goodies. Maybe I should look around just to make sure that nothing else got screwed up. They probably want to put an extra signal down here. No. Oh my God, that train's going fast. No, that should be fine. That looks fine. Let's run up into the middle so we can watch all of the items arrive. Hopefully it's cool. A lot of things should be showing up, like, all at once. I guess the robots have to go pick them all up. Yeah, well, maybe if I really wanted to make this as dramatic as possible, I should have gone through every single roboport, found all the different robots, and put them all in roboports right around here so they were all in sync. But they are going to build the rest. So this layout, it doesn't use any pipes or any pipe to grounds. Not a single one for the entire layout. And that is to improve throughput for our steam. You may notice that we are going with a ratio of 1 heat exchanger to 2 steam turbines. That is not a perfect ratio. We are using way more steam turbines than we technically need. But what it does do is it really helps simplify and streamline the throughput of the water and the steam, because these guys right here, the heat exchangers, they have twice the volume and therefore twice the throughput of an ordinary pipe. And the steam turbines are actually pretty inexpensive to make. They only take, comparatively, they only take iron and copper and a little bit of extra space. Alright, awesome. And all of a sudden, we have a ton of power. It will take a few more minutes, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, for the fuel cells to filter all the way around the belt. Well, that's okay. We don't need nearly that much power right off the bat. It will take a little bit for us to scale up, but we are definitely going to be scaling up now. Where are we getting attacked now? Down there? Whatever. We're researching laser robots. So now that the power constraints have officially been lifted, the gloves are coming off, and it is time to upgrade all the things with all of the modules we can craft. And so we need to make sure we're making the modules as fast as possible. Let's fly. Let's fly. The robots are flying. I can't fly. Unfortunately, I wish I could. Let's go down to our module area. After this research is done, we may or may not pause research for just a moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay, robots. I actually don't mind that. I've been not letting you do that, and every time I've mistakenly wandered into the base with my roboport on, I've had to pick those up. But guess what? Guess what? We've got power now. Where are the beacons? They're over here. Guess what, robots? Fly. Be free! Oh yeah, not as dramatic because they're all scattered everywhere. I want all the robots to show up instantaneously and take all the beacons all at once. Damn it. There we go. All right. Yeah, we should probably productivity module our research. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Next time, we are going to upgrade everything. We're going to speed everything up. We're going to upgrade everything to assembly machine Mark IIIs. Take more outposts, do all kinds of things like that. Speed everything up as fast as we can make it go. Hopefully to 450 science per minute. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Leave your comments below. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.